HiMo project. So here's the plan. We'll display it here. Setting up stream settings for 30 minutes, then Codeforces. I need to do a few things, and why not just do it during a stream? And then there was a Codeforces round like 2 days ago. I will just upsolve problems from that. Came here because I can solve C. If you're talking about Codeforces round, don't. I will not discuss anything about an ongoing round. Right. So first thing I want to do is remove the bot notifications from this chat that is displayed here. Then in particular, I want to add a few commands like posture check, hydrate, stuff like that. Right, so somewhere here, stream overlays, where is it? CloudBot. Widgets. I am looking for, can I make it just maybe with some dark background? Color background opacity. Yeah, like this. And polls. If I'm able to do something so you would be able to vote just in the chat, I'm going to do it. Hi, Nitrogen, Imla, hi. Don't expect, amazing stream today. The first half hour will be just me playing around with settings. You can hang out. And then some hard Codeforces problems. But I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. Streamlabs. Maybe I have it in history. Not really. Chat overlay. Didn't work. I set this up in some way because what you see here is chat from, I believe, Streamlabs. Just where can I access the settings? Maybe in overlays. No, this is like full overlay, so something smaller. All widgets. What is the poll? So you see that message followers ++ print something. I want it to disappear. Also for now, chat can be as well bigger. Wait, this is not. Oh, it's like that. Never mind. Oh no, and now I resized it so it will be hard for me to make it with same width as my picture, as the camera. Maybe I can do something about that. What is this website? Streamlabs. Enable CloudBot. Maybe I want to do this. What am I using right now? Custom sum. What is that? No. Oh, this is, I'm using stream elements right now. Do they have polls? I need to make sure that my chat right now is from Streamlabs. Yes, it is from Streamlabs. Widgets chat box. Chat box, it's here. All right, it was here top right the whole time. I was looking for it here. Never mind. Chat box. Now we are here. And I don't want to display messages by stream elements. Oh, it might not know that it's stream elements. Damn it. Hide common chatbots. I think that's it. How can we test this? I want, when somebody types like FAQ, I don't want this to be hidden, I believe. I want to display it, but let's see what happens. Hide, save, URL. Do I want to show this? I don't see why not. Copy, is it the same? Test. FAQ. Alright, so it hid it completely because in the chat it is there. Alright. We're getting somewhere, I guess. At this point, maybe I just want to hide messages with thanks for the follow. It's nice to thank somebody, but on the other hand, it's getting annoying from time to time if I have a lot of new viewers. It works that it hides some stuff. Usaka problems? No, I'm not going to do that. Chat, what do you think? Do we ever need to display the response to chat command like FAQ? Nobody will rewrite that link, but it might look strange here to do stuff. Yeah. Hi, Zanif, Timnim. All right. What else can I change here? Team is clean. I guess there's nothing wrong about clean. Boxed, Twitch. Maybe I want to just display Twitch style. Chunky. Let's try with Twitch. Save settings. Test. Oh. It cut a lot. Edit transform. Right now I'm not really cropping anything. Test. Test 2. So why is it cut? Test 2. This is not right. Maybe I have some filter set up where it cuts the left part. Oh, here we go. So still the issue is that on dark background, those dark blue elements don't display very well. But why is that the case? Here it's displayed with light colors. Here maybe it's... no, I don't know why it's dark. Maybe some dark mode is on? Maybe because my Twitch is just set in dark mode. Can't read on white background. Yeah, this... ignore this left part. This doesn't matter too much. Imagine that I'm doing something here on the left. What you're seeing on the right here is what we are working on. I don't like dark blue nicknames. And I think that the issue is that my Twitch is just in dark mode like this. But do we have such dark colors? Yes, we do. So maybe just Twitch isn't displayed well in dark mode. Are there settings for that here? The advantage of this Twitch style is that it's left aligned, so we aren't wasting any space. While this clean style, it is center aligned, and that's a little bit annoying. It's not the worst, but I find it strange. How do you take notes? What do you mean? During a contest or now? I use either paper or I use Google Keep. It's a free app and website. Keepgoogle.com. I mean keep.google.com. Background color, I guess. All right. Let's see what will happen now. Save settings. Test. I am from Poland. Right. I want a few of you to type something now. Hopefully we'll get dark blue if we can get it here. So if you're here, just type anything in the chat. So far so good, but it would be strange if it's about dark background color. But yeah, so far so good. Notes while learning something, lectures, or maybe new algorithms. Algorithms are mainly about understanding them, not really about taking notes. So I rarely take notes. I try to understand stuff. Algorithms are about practicing them. Why is there so much orange? Is that a coincidence? Yeah. But so far it seems great. Then I just need to align it properly. I guess like this. And now this is too small. What do I do with that? Font size. Do I need to increase it here? But we don't have those dark blue nicknames. That's good. Knowledge management technique? No. I don't think I have anything like that. On my screen, the chat is more colorful. You mean in Twitch rather than on the screen? Yeah, that's not a big deal, as long as it's readable. So now it's bigger, but if I decrease it to this size, it's too small. And I don't want to display chat in huge size. Why was it displayed properly in this clean state? Save settings, testy. It seems that here the font is just bigger. Well then, no, I want Twitch style, not to waste any space, and we will just increase the font. Add channel points. There are channel points. You can use command points for that. But I'm going to now also set up hydrate command and like posture check, something like that. You will be able to use points for that. Right, what about a longer message? This is a longer message. Some copy paste. I guess it's not the worst, but now it's bad again. Is it just me, or this clean style had much better font size? Maybe instead of doing it like that, I should, in some other way, decrease the width. What if I do here 500? Test. Is it better? Maybe. So I guess the width of this I will set up as, well, this is 2000, then we are at 1/5 of a screen or so. Then width of 400 seems reasonable. 400 and height of, not 400 as well. Let's try 300. Right, done, test. And now decrease the font size to something reasonable. Save settings. Test. Do you watch anime? Not a lot. How do you say anime? Anime? I'm not native English speaker. I only watched One Punch Man. Nothing else. Down points? What do you mean? What should happen? What happens if you write down points? You will see your points. So this is set up so you would get some points for every minute of watching, maybe with some other bonuses, I don't know. I didn't use it much. So right now it's fine for very small messages, but that's it. So you need to look at Twitch chat right now to see the bot answers to commands like points. But I think this is good. Like, we don't want to display it on screen, or do we? I'm not sure. So what if I leave it like that? Wait. Let's try to put it here. The rectangle. It's like this. Of course, we can shift it by a few pixels. What did we get? I think this is too high, right? Like, we don't need that many messages. So what about this? Color source. Here we go. This is reasonable at least. But previously I think it was even smaller. Should we decrease the font size a little bit? I think so. Yeah, it's fine to test with a few longer messages. By the way, this is what I'm working with, like that, so you wouldn't see this tunnel. I am so sexy. Well, thank you. Test free. I don't like the fact that with short messages there will be some space wasted. So that's an argument to make it, you know, shorter a little bit, but it's not bad. It's for sure not bad. Any suggestions about this chat display right now? Is it good? I think still I'm taking too much screen with that. Your spam didn't show up? Sorry about this. I will cut just one more line, I think. Like that. Remember that usually the chat is a little bit less active than right now. Make it a little bigger, but mostly this chat isn't the main point of the stream. Also, do I want to be that tall? The camera was always like this. This was for Google hash code. Maybe decrease the camera size. Oh, somebody's nickname is black right now. This is bad. Also, we got a lot more of blue, and this is harder to read. Books for competitive programming, for anything like that, read this. Gucio Zydzio, why are you black? I thought that with this white background, the situation improved. Damn it. There is no sub button because I'm not a Twitch affiliate. Colors assigned randomly? I don't know, maybe. I think so. I even think that with every refresh, your colors will be different. Why are you black taken out of context? You remember that short clip from some, I don't know, African movie? Or maybe not a movie, maybe it was in news. A TV host or maybe news host asked another person, why are you gay? That's, I think, worse than why are you black? Yeah. My hands sweating during contest, not a lot. I'm still thinking what to do with the chat. Also, when will Codeforces round end? Then, so I will do this. Just after education round ends, I will go live. I mean, I am live, but I will start solving Codeforces problems. What was that previous contest? It was global around 13. So like that, starting at 1745. My beautiful face is distracting. I guess you can put some post note, like some piece of paper on top right of the screen so you wouldn't see me. Oh, maybe I don't want to resubmit my request. Right, this works. You can also maybe zoom in on just my face. Damn it, I thought that colors are fixed after changing the background. Oh, okay, that's the new chat. It will be white. It's slightly visible, or maybe not. Yeah, it is slightly visible. I see here red. All right, that's the new chat. Text color, background color, Twitch. There is a small chance that me changing mode in Twitch will actually modify the display of that. But do I want to make Twitch white just for this? I'm not sure about this. Enable better TV emotes. What, here? I don't care. Well, then maybe we should try something else. So clean was bad anyway. Boxed. Doesn't seem optimal. We can try. I mean, let's try. One, two, three. All right, this for sure with this font size it's terrible. But here it seems that message content is more important than the nickname. Makes some sense. Just press power button. What was that? Some advice on how to stream better? Yeah, so I don't like it. I think nickname in the same line is much better. Right, then I guess we stay with Twitch style. And some nicknames will be hard to read, and that's fine, I guess. It could be worse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is longer. Not bad, not great either. What else? When Codeforces ends? 11 minutes. So I'm changing the description. Where is it? Text. For 10 more minutes. Then Codeforces. If we were all in the same time zone, I would just here say what's the time when I will start. All right, then next thing is I can allow you to spend points, that's something. So add new command, let's say water, response. Actually, I don't want this, I want overlay to appear there, like a bottle of water, right? Because right now, what's the point of this command if you can anyway say hydrate to me? But let's try advanced settings. So alias will be hydrate. And cost, let's say for now that it's cost of 1. User cooldown, what's the difference? Right, 10, and global cooldown of 3 seconds just for the testing purposes. Say reply whispered, I don't care. Save. Right, and now you can use water command, and let's see what happens. Alright, so it displayed in the chat. It's not visible on the screen, but it displayed hydrate. But what is the point if you can as well just type @ericto hydrate? Also, it has a cooldown of 10 seconds. Sorry, global cooldown is 3 seconds, so actually you should be able now to use it. Remove hydrate, please. It's nothing. What do you mean? Why? Yeah, like somebody can just type hydrate. All right, so instead I want some overlay. So what are BTTV emotes? Oh, those. Well, but I'm not really, I'm more of a normie, so do I really want this? But so do we need to type something special, or Pepe Laugh will work? It will be displayed properly. I don't really, most of my streams are quite professional, or at least educational. I don't think I want to display a lot of emotes. But my OnlyFans, you need to first subscribe to my Twitch account, and only then you will be sent a link. So first become Twitch subscriber, and then maybe you will get access to OnlyFans. Yeah, I want to keep it clean indeed. If I had, for example, a gaming stream for that one, yes, sure, whatever, but not for educational one. All right, then overlays. Also, Codeforces ends very soon, and then we will switch to that. Do we have here overlays? Well, my overlays, create blank overlay. Huh. Okay, it did something. Add widget alerts. Okay, so I can set this up here. Alerts, alert box, follower alert, subscriber alert, tip alert. I just want the hydrate thing because this is something reasonable, and yeah, I want hydrate and posture check, and this is something I want to see and why I want to react. Then as well, I can display a tiny water bottle or like immense settings straight up. So not really those, maybe small follower alert or something, but no. Actually, I don't want those more than I want something triggered by a command. Oh. Okay, so I guess, yeah, so somebody has just followed and this happened. I can see the sub button. Why? Because it's not there. I don't think I will display followers anyway. So what's the point of hydrating? You know, it's so that I wouldn't die. Words per minute, around 100. Isn't there WPM command? If not, maybe I should set this up. But for sure it's answered here. Right. But I really want polls, and for that maybe I will set up anyway Streamlabs. And then here do we have better, no, alert box, I guess. Introduction, learn tips, there is some how-to. Resub donation, hosting, bits, rates, merge. Is there an option here to do something where the command is run? Really enjoy the content you provide. Thank you, Mariushev. That's very nice. Okay, I guess that's enough time spent on this. I will finish this on my own. Okay, 4 more minutes. So updating the displayed messages here, the displayed message, and we'll do some Codeforces. I will already set up the virtual machine. At least recently I made it go full screen automatically. I don't need to copy paste some command. When face reveal? Never. After you buy my, how is it called? OnlyFans, and that's only after you subscribe to me on Twitch. You will have to program a bot for the hydrate function, but that sounds very easy. It will be the simplest possible bot. Why do you use Ubuntu? Because I know how to be efficient in Ubuntu. This is how I learned how to program. And I hear something in the background. Somewhere here. Still the notification sound. Where is it? It's not here. Oh, here. Okay. So this made some sounds. Leave. We will do one of those two. I know G will not be hard, but it will not be interesting either. So maybe I will do H. If I had more time, I would just go for I. Yeah, we will go with G or H. But for H, it looks hard. For H, I will just go through tutorial or editorial and solve that. Can you help me with division 2? It is ending in 2 minutes. I think you know the answer. Genie comments are not visible. What do you mean? Where is it not visible? The answer is no, indeed. I don't understand why there are so many viewers right now. I'm guessing that some of you are thinking that I will do something related to the educational round that is finishing now. I will not. So I'm not doing anything about this. Left coding for a lot of time and wants to start again. I don't think you should do something different than just start again. People think I upsolve educational round. I guess so. A lot of people just don't read even the title of a stream and they will see, oh, upsolving. It must be from this round that's ended right now. Bye bye. Yes, yeah. And now the viewers will drop from 120 to like 0. So what is this? Our university online notebook for work. What is that university? Haifa. Do they have some nice codes? Templates. What about notebook PDF? They have binary lift. Isn't that too easy? Why do they have only 12 pages rather than 25? Baby step, giant step. That's easy. Tree eccentricity. I have no idea what that is. Change max to mean. Greater this. What is eccentricity? Binary lift. Do you really need code for that? Standard GCD. So I think I will not find much interesting stuff. FFT is too short to be efficient. Jurassic, Hungarian. Actually, I need to learn Hungarian one day. I used to know it a little bit, at least the N4 version. Is this how you spell Graham? Graham's come. Graham, yeah. So they have a typo. Graham's come. CHT dynamic, how do they do that? Set of structs? Yeah. Right, persistent segment tree. Fine, nothing for me. Eccentricity of a vertex V is defined as the greatest distance from V to any other vertex. All right. And we do that for arbitrary graph? Wait, doesn't that find the diameter of a graph? That's greatest shortest diff. I need to just find it. Graph. Maximum distance of one vertex from other vertex. Right, so from me, I guess to every other vertex, I care about its shortest distance, and I find the longest one. So maximum eccentricity is just diameter. Do you like monogons yo-yo tricks? I don't really know them. I'm aware that monogon can do yo-yo tricks. Yes, it's diameter, all right. So this is something I didn't know. Why is it not loading? Oh, yeah, I want this. Oh, this is tree eccentricity. I thought that it's for a graph. And then it's just bottom up and then top down. DFS. All right, then it's easy. But it's a general technique that you should know. I think it's called all-dimensional 3DP. In the last page, why wasn't it free? I mean, here. It makes sense, it's 2. You count edges, not vertices. So from A, there is distance 2 to vertex C. 1 to D, 1 to B. For every pair, you look at the shortest distance, and then you choose maximum out of them. More educational videos on dynamic programming? Not anytime soon. Right, then let's close this. And I'm going to solve one of those two. I can now change the text and also name of the stream maybe. Hard Codeforces upsolving. One of those two. ABDC is free, right? You only care about the shortest distance to every vertex, and then among them you choose maximum. You don't, it's not that you try to find just arbitrary path. No, for every, you want to say from this, if somebody says that you need to get somewhere, but you're the one to choose how you get there, then he will choose some vertex. Right, so I will tell you the statements of those two problems and then we'll choose what to do, but I'm leaning towards H. That being said, I think for H I will need to look the editorial, while for G I can come up with solution most likely. And I'm not sure if I like the new chat. It's a bit too tall. What was here? I guess some very old map I created. You can make a screenshot. Was it during a stream? I guess I wanted to create visual map of algorithms and dependencies, but I made only one arrow. Yeah. Can you explain C if possible from this global round? I did that during the previous stream. How is top 200 shirt different from top 2000? Maybe it was a different year. I have multiple Hacker Cap t-shirts. Also, I was in the finals, so maybe the finalists got different t-shirts. Can you add edges too? You're free to do it. I think it's just too complicated and it isn't meaningful in any way. Right, switch and flip. In this problem, switch and flip, what we have is n positions numbered from 1 to n, and there are coins with some numbers. Some maybe are already on proper positions, and we need to do a sequence of at most n+1 operations in order to put every coin on its proper place. But additionally, for every coin we know that it is face up or down, and at the end it needs to be face up. So even this 2, it is on proper position, but if it's face down, let's say this is down, and let's also say that this is down and one of those two is down. The other ones are up, face up. Then we need to do something with that. Right now it's bad. And if one operation is to swap two coins, and then also each of them you flip. If it was face up, then it's down, and the other way around. So right now, if you do this operation, the new state will be that coin 2 is here, coin 3 is here, coin 2 is face up, so it's proper position, and this one is down. So it's in proper position. But after that, if you maybe swap 3 and 4, then 3 will be on proper position, face up. So 4 is here, then still 1, 6, 5. It's just that at least we got 3 on proper position. And it's very easy to solve this problem in 2n operations, but it's hard to do it in general. Why so many viewers? Because the educational round finished, but I'm not doing educational rounds right now. Is it the same problem that solves Eknerwala? What do you mean? Eknerwala from time to time solves some problems. He's a person, not an algorithm. beating an idiot hashcode. I mean, he is very good at normal algorithms, not at optimized ones. So it isn't the first time. So this is problem G. What about the next one, H? In H, there is a tree with n nodes. And what is happening? And n is small, so we can try with square root complexity. This tree is described by parents, and then for some range, we decrease all the parents by x, but we maximize with 1. We need to find LCA, and we try square root complexity. Let's do some example. I will make a screenshot of this. This is H. So if initially parents are like that, it describes this kind of tree. And then what do we do? Actually, I don't know what the queries denote exactly. With type 1, query of the first type, so we decrease everything from L to R. So after this update, everything from 2 to 3 decreased by 1. So in this array of parents, we have now 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this describes what? 1, then 2 has parent 1, 3 has parent 1, 4 has parent 2, 5 has 3, and 6 has 4. Like this. And now LCA of, for example, 5 and 6 is 1. Well, it's here says 3, so I don't understand something apparently. Oh, we update things for 2 and 3. So I believe we just update the first value. I mean, this is position 2 already, so instead of that I should say 1, 1, 3, 3, 4. Maybe it's written in the statement, then I don't need to guess. One, 1, 3, 3, 4. Yeah, so it's like this. Right. Anyway, now LCAs will obviously be different, but we shouldn't think about how the tree looks like too much. We should just think about this. So it's still problem H. There is 1, let's say, but it's the end always. There are all other positions, like 2, 3, 4, 5. Always we have information what's the parent. And it means that we keep jumping to the left, like this. 4 jumps here, this jumps here, this jumps there. And to compute LCA for 2 items, we just need to keep going with edges until they meet. And here would be LCA, if those are the arrows. This is LCA of those 2 positions. And can we handle update of decreasing some interval by x, like this? Maybe with square root decomposition. Let's try. I'm not discussing education around today. I'm doing this hard problem. I also think it's more interesting. I got an erection, I guess. Please be respectful. So, yeah, Kabushki or Kashubki, Igbuzak, he knows that I'm less likely to ban him because he's a friend of mine, so this is why he writes those kinds of comments. Anyway, I don't need Ubuntu right now. Where's my browser? Oh, it's in Linux here. Right, so we're doing this one. Can you explain again? You can look up the statement. I will give you the statement. hid the messages, the responses by chatbot, it will be a bit harder for people to find something. I mean, later when they rewatch the stream on YouTube. Let me quickly test something. If I just type this. Okay. Getting special treatment. Yep. Well, that's life. So we're solving this problem. Okay. I didn't think too much about it during a contest. I've just read it. Candidate master, if you're just a beginner, you can look at anybody's like chart if the rating. If somebody in first contest just drops down, it means they are a beginner, and then see how much time it takes them to become a candidate master. Right. How do we deal with decreasing something even by 1? And this can be with score decomposition. So let's handle some kind of interval, and let's try to decrease here all the parents by 1. -1. What happens? For each of those elements, I just want to know what's the, like for every guy here, it will keep jumping sometime there, and then it will exit. And I want to know where he exits. If somebody directly jumps like this outside, then I will update this with some offset. If somebody's first jump is still like this, then I will iterate over them. Instead of parents, let's keep different information. Let's keep information by how much he jumps to the left. I'm not sure if this is better. Actually, no, this is not better, so never mind. But still, it's okay if for every person, if he still jumps inside this block of size square root, this is size square root, like this, then I will just for him by hand change this by 1 or by more if necessary. The sum of all of those steps will be for every person at most square root of n times I shift by 1 to the left the parent, so it's n square root of n. This part is fine, but once he looks outside like this, then I cannot do it 1 by 1. The thing is, if I have a huge query, like decrease all the parents for them by 1, I cannot for every single element shift its parent by 1. That's too slow. But I can, for every such block, do it 1 by 1 if they look here inside, and otherwise if it's outside I will have some offset. So for every block I keep offset. You will not see this. Offset. And then I know whoever looks outside, actually you are looking by this minus the offset. And just let's increase offset by 1. Fine. Then what other information I need to keep for everybody? When there is a query about LCA of some two guys, let's say somebody here and somebody there, I need to handle that in squared complexity. So I will keep jumping with them like that through big blocks. Then for every block, if this guy enters, let's say this cell, I need to know this cell after it jumps sometime there, where it exits the block. So for everything within one block of size square root of n, if you're here, I want to know after some jumps inside, what's the first cell there. So for every single guy, I need to know the parent, and where exits. Where exits. In this case, for this green guy, this is the parent and this is where exits. Then the logic to find LCA will be something like this. If they are in different blocks, then the right guy moves to the previous block. We can do it in constant time. If they are in the same block, like one is here, the other is there, let's see for both of them where they exit. If it is the same place, then actually let's simulate them one by one using parents, because we know they will meet here or at the exit. Otherwise, just let's move both of them outside of the block. Offered a job by Google. Google asked me, invited me for interviews multiple times. Yeah. So if you're coming here to the stream after Codeforces educational round, then I have nothing much for you. I am solving this hard problem from global round. How much the chat will cover? I need to watch out for this space. Maybe I should make it even smaller, this box. Oh no, I didn't want to do this. Now I will not be able to align it perfectly. But yeah, what about this? Let's imagine that my face cuts it. Just let's make it on the top. Like that. Actually, this might be good, because whenever there is bigger activity and I'm talking with the chat, I can kind of reveal this. And otherwise, let's just leave it like this. This is not stupid. And it's not an absurd idea for me to be able to slide it like that. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Down right was better. You mean the face or what? I don't. In general, camera there is bad because of what? Yeah, because of YouTube thumbnails. But chat, I don't mind that much. So chat could be here maybe. I don't want to shift my camera there. We can do this. I guess. So right now this is good. Right now this is good. What about when I'm drawing? I just need to remember about it, but it's not terrible. Okay, let's experiment with this. Still, I can maybe hide and unhide this more, like show more of the chat when I'm talking with the chat. Solve Codeforces education around. I mean, I very rarely do that. You can notice that I almost never just go through Division 2 contests, but there are a few people who do that, so you can just watch them. Explain how does your simulation in hash code help you gain points excluding the test? Because it was good. I mean, we ran it as well for other tests, and it improved the score a little bit for BC. So whenever you have a new algorithm in hash code, you should try it for all the tests and just see if it improves something. Perfectly, you should have 10 different algorithms, and for every test, your score will be maximum of various scores you can get. All right. So there is block. Maybe not a block. I'm thinking about the format. Also, I don't want this. Okay, educational round is supposed to be more standard, and normal Codeforces round is less standard, so also less educational, but maybe more competitive. I'm thinking about using a block for those square root of n consecutive values. I'm almost sure that I will use something like this for block size. Let's call it BS, which stands for block size, or just, okay, size is 300. I think that I don't really want a block, do I? Yeah, I don't. Give an index of somebody, I can find the block, but I think that's mainly it. Other than that, for every spot, what do I want? I want I'm learning how to use this. Right, no. I will number things from 0 to n, I think, or should I not? It changes a little bit. Let's go from 1 to n, like they said, or not. I'm confused. Right, from 0 to n minus 1. There is a parent. There should also be where it exits. So next outside. So next ancestor, closest ancestor outside of same block. And what else do I need? Some kind of offset. I want also blocks. How many blocks? Count blocks. This is n over block size. More like n. Get block of n of the last person plus 1. And for every block, I need to know offset. And it sounds enough, right? Now, for everybody from 2 up to n, we read the parent. What do I need to say? Parent of I minus 1 is x minus 1. Parent of 0 is 0. I should maybe remember about this. Is CodeChef about cooking computers? Is it out of context, this message, or what? Maybe they are trying to cook their own servers. But I heard recently, I think on Facebook, they said that their last round was without any issues. Even if you do not run simulation, you already have designed schedule for each intersection, and so points would be same in either case, simulation or no simulation. No, I didn't design the schedule. The whole idea of this assignment as we go is that I didn't design schedule. I built it as I go. So this new thing with simulation, it produces different output. It will get different score. Before that, we had some other output and other score for other tests. All right, we need to compute next outside for every vertex. Actually, what about the very first block? This is not defined, so maybe we should say last inside. Last inside. This is last ancestor in the same block. because this is at least well defined. Now for everybody from 1 to n, this is u, and while parent of x is in the same block, then x is parent of x. Now last inside of a is x. With this we can in constant time jump out of from a block, and then there are queries. By the way, if that's it, then it's surprisingly easy problem. Maybe I still missed something, but I didn't spend more than like half a minute on this during a contest, and now I'm like, I didn't yet open the editorial. It seems trivial how we approach this. What is SimDor? Assume that it's some stupid stuff, because it is. Alexei Navalny, yes, I know who he is. And regarding practicing, read this. It just advises how I think you should practice. But let's talk about the stream and about programming rather than other issues in the world, please. Previous problem solutions here? I don't know what you mean. During this stream? No. Please tell me if I'm using scanf instead of C. For one, this is update from left to right, from L to R, and by X. Let's call it by diff. Let's get indices down to interval from 0 to n-1. And what now? I iterate through them one by one. Not really. If something is a full block, then I want to do something faster. So for every a from low to high, I need to be able inside a block to quickly get everybody who still jumps towards something inside this block, because I will update their parents. Or maybe I cannot do this. I need to think. Wait. So when there is update that changes parent of everybody here by -1, I said that I need to go through those that still jump inside this block and update them in a special way. For everybody else, they just shift by 1. Yeah, I think I still need to do this. I mean, yeah, I need to, in some kind of vector or a set, keep for every block those positions where still something might be needed. I could use a double linked list for that to get linear time, but whatever. Yes, all the streams are automatically available on YouTube later. I don't even need to record, because I'm double streaming. You can check this out. I'm actually right now on YouTube as well. You can even rewind the stream. And there is something special. If A is the first in block, if this and high is the same thing, and what about this? If is whole block. What do I want to do? From A to A plus block size minus 1. This is the whole block, and additionally A plus block size if this is smaller or equal high. Then we need to jump through the whole block. At the end, A plus equal block size minus 1. Else, single element. Function is whole block. Isn't it enough if I check that the first item is just the first in a block? What's the point of checking that? Yeah, I see no point. And just this is first in block. Is first in block. Either it's 0 or the previous element was in different block. Easy or hard medium problems today? No, only hard. Stack at rating 1100. Practice problems on your level. Read the practice link from before or here. I was stacked for 5 years or maybe 3 years on some level. It was higher than that, of course, but still. Don't expect to go plus 200 rating every year. Single element should be easier, I hope. But whole block is more important. Right, so what happens for a whole block? I need to iterate over those that still go inside. So for every block, I keep this. Going inside. So if somebody has parent that goes here in the same block, then he should be in this set. If get block of parent of x, if you're the same with your parent, then this going inside of what? Of get block of A, insert A. Then what do we do for this block? Well, I want to know what block it is. Offset needs to increase, but that I will do later. But first, for all the positions going inside in this block, I need to update them by 1. I need to do something like this. Parent of x minus minus. Actually maximized with 1. Or with 0. Yeah, with 0. And then I need to update this last inside as well. Which might be tricky. Right. Parent of x is max of 0 and parent of x minus 1. And now last inside of x is usually this, but not always. This is not the case if parent of x is not in the same block. if parent of x is still in the same block, nothing changed. If this is equal block, nothing much changed. I just assign this. I assume that for him it's computed properly because I go from low to high indices. But else he gets erased from the block. So going inside of block erase x, I'm not sure if this is valid because now I'm iterating over a set and I'm removing something, actually this element. So I need to make sure this is fine. And what about last inside? I think that last inside of x is just x. He looks at himself because then he will get outside. And what is the parent? Because from now on, parent will be accessed by using offset. So I won't be surprised if we need to do something like this. Minus equal offset of the whole block. Because later I will access it by checking parent of x plus the offset. No, minus the offset. For everybody that looks outside. I'm solving problems daily, only easy ones and mediums hard would be hard. What's the thing to get to your stage? Yes, solve problems on your level and a little bit higher. See this link. You have to decrease by diff, not by 1. Good point. Flying Dutchman, thank you. Where am I? So not plus plus, plus equal diff. And here diff. Suggestions from me: if you solve this kind of hard problems, no one will be able to understand. I guarantee you that there are people who understand this. How to start with Codeforces. Watch my video that is exactly called How to Start with Competitive Programming. I showed there actually how to start with Codeforces. I understand that I would get more viewers for easy stuff, but sometimes I also provide content for those experienced competitors. You know, it's like in any kind of sport or hobby. Yes, I'm aware that more people would appreciate the introductory stuff. There can already be some offset of the block at line 83. No, because offset is only for parents that look outside of the block. So if the X was so far looking inside the block, he doesn't care about offset. When I try to access parent of somebody, if he looks inside, then it's just parent of X. If he looks outside, it should be parent of X minus the offset. So I think this is right, but I think it's very easy to mess this up. Yeah, I'm not sure about this, but I will just run and see. If it's a runtime error, I will notice. And I hope it can only be runtime error, not some strange undefined behavior. All right, what about a single element? If this still goes inside, actually block I can get here, it will be common anyway. Maybe let's check it like that. Going inside of block, if it contains you, then let's use standard thing. So just parent of X is, oh wait, I will need to get to until the end of the last block, I think. If blocks are, if there is a sequence, there are blocks, and there is a query that changes something here, then also I need to go through this red part, because for them the value of last inside might change because of what I change here. So it's not enough what I'm doing right now until here. I need to go all the way there. So let's remember about this red part. Danilo, no, I don't know him. I feel like I'm investigating here. How much time to set up with these hard problems? Setup? I mean, I don't know. You need several years to get to level of solving those kind of problems. This is the same update. If I'm doing it at least once more, then I will create a function for it. But here, this is enough. All right, so parent we update like that. And then do we still do this? Maybe we do everything like this. If yes, then this needs to be a function. Handle single person. Right, let's now hide this function. Handle single of a. Else, actually maybe we do it in both cases. If it's inside, then this. Oh, but if it's outside, yeah, then some other stuff is happening. So here it's more like handle single inside. Handle single inside. And this, actually we access parent in a different way. We access parent minus the offset. What do I do with this? I believe that here we should just do parent of x minus equal diff. What's going on? Yes, semicolon. Gupta, you are first. New in this life, what is discussed here? Daily coding contest on Codeforces or anything else? It's more like weekly contest, and it's a hard problem. If you don't know what Codeforces is, this is not a stream for you. But get back on Thursday or Saturday, I do easier stuff then. Well, not really this Thursday. I wanted to say that I'm busy. I'm not. Global round and upsolving unsolved problems? Yes, exactly. I'm upsolving one of the problems I didn't solve during a contest. But it seems easy so far. Relatively easy. On previous two problems, so FG, I spent a lot of time and I couldn't do them. Couldn't solve them. X not declared because it's A. And now I'm not maximizing here with 0 because it's not that. I think we shouldn't. Element going directly outside block. Just later, when trying to access this parent, I will use maximum of 0 and parent of A minus offset of block. This is what I should use. This is the real parent. Is this, and do I need to do it here? Yes, I do need that for last inside. So in real parent, maybe later we will change this into a function. And now last inside, no, this is outside. Oh, so it doesn't affect last inside. Last inside is still myself. I can even say assert last inside of A is A. So that's easy. I can use Python to solve this kind of problems. Yes, you can use any language. C++ is sometimes more convenient, but Python is allowed as well. No Codeforces, but was not aware about this live video. Isn't it like advertised here on the right? Maybe advertised is not a good word because nobody pays for that, but like promoted, that's a good word. So hopefully this is enough for the update, and then we have query. We are given 2 vertices. Yes, we are. I want indexing from 0 to n-1, hence -1. And now, first thing I need to do is, while this, let's just try to move one of them. X is bigger. This is for now linear. Print x plus 1. We do this, but if it's not inside, and for this maybe I want a function. Of block. This can be done much faster if I just have a Boolean array for who still looks to the same block. But for now, I don't want to introduce new arrays if I don't need to. In this problem, n square root of n times logarithm from sets, it should be fine. So if is inside of x, then just do this. Else that maximized with 0. I hope. Infinite loop. Why using lambda functions now? It depends on how I define stuff. I went with some local vectors, not global ones. So then if I'm creating something that I wanted to access, in this case going inside, then I just created it here. So perfect coding would more likely pass going inside to some function, global function, but whatever. Engineering in Poland, if it's a good job, it pays a lot, and Poland, other than that, isn't a rich country. So like, enough people pursue in engineering. Which people set problems which are, let's say, so hard for even you to solve. The good contest should also have hard problems to distinguish between experienced people, experienced participants. Something is wrong. I don't even get to this while loop. Let's print Q. No, I don't even get there. So what's wrong? I have some infinite loop earlier than that? I think here for 0 last inside is that, while x is not 0. Right, we got something. I don't need to print you. 331. That's correct. It doesn't mean that everything is good, but it's some start. Let's try with block size equal to 1. still correct. Block size equal to 2, still correct. Good. When you have some variable that you can adjust and theoretically your program should always work, it's changing this variable and running your program again, it's like trying a different test because different stuff will happen here. Even more, I can copy paste this solution, change this constant like to 1, and compare stress test those programs against each other. It's a very convenient technique. Shiv Modi, don't repeat your comments. Pasted same comment like within what, seconds from each other. Block size being power of 2, it isn't that important. Yes, possibly this operation will be faster, but I don't think that it's a bottleneck of an algorithm. So this is not a bottleneck, so we don't care about its running time. Still, the bottleneck will come from using sets. And it means we don't optimize anything else, unless we optimize the number of times we run some set command. Yes, you can see my recorded videos on YouTube. How many times a week do I work out? On average, around 1.5. You're welcome. What am I doing next? I will copy this as brute.cpp, or maybe let's call it hbrute.cpp. Just if later I need to use it. And now let's do this faster. Oh, I forgot about one thing. The red part in my drawing when I said let's handle this. I'm not handling that. So this program should fail from time to time. Let's try to make it fail. Oh no, this fails only last inside, and I'm not using it right now. So let's start using it. We need to do this. If while x is not y, if get block, still we can do that with the swap. Now x is more to the right. If get block of x is equal get block of y, that's one thing. Same block, else different block. Then x will become last inside of x. X is parent of x. Right now he's for sure looking outside. Assert not is inside of x. What about same block? There are two cases. If last inside is the same, then go one by one. Let's just do this. Parent of x. It should be inside. Else what do? We just jump outside. Just inside, and then we move outside. Small copy paste. Three, 3, 1. Maybe this I should make as argument so I could quickly change it. It is correct for the sample test, but let's try to find a test that breaks it. And this test will require something like the thing I drew, where after the update here, for those red guys, last inside changes. Maybe just I should increase the block size to like 6 or 7. Maybe it's not enough. Maybe this test is just weak. Make a function for finding actual parent. I should indeed. get real parent, kind of. It will be slower a little bit, maybe. I still want to keep the assert. If it's inside, then return parent of x. All right. And now let's use it. Where we are maximizing with 0. There. No, we move here and then we do that. All right. Actually, I will go still like this. Just instead of this long line, get parent of x. So if it's the same block and we need to go one by one than this, so what about just doing that? Maybe it will be harder to debug, but the code is much shorter. So fewer opportunities for mistakes. So do this. So this is what we do. Either different blocks or they don't meet here. Or they are from the same block, but their LCA is further to the left. I still think it's wrong because there we didn't take care of the red part from the drawing. How old did I was when started programming? Around 15, maybe 13. Check here. By the way, is this now correct other than this red part? This is n square root of n, right? Yeah, it should be. So let's do the red part and then submit this. But I'm sad about the lack of strong sample tests, but finishing the red part will be simpler than trying to find a counter test, even though perfectly I should find this counter test to make sure that it doesn't work now, but it will start working properly after I deal with this part. All right, so now I go one by one. First in block here, I jump through the whole block. I handle a single element. And finally, if a is equal to high, and all right, maybe this. Then I need to go to the end of this block. And z is smaller than n. This is the red part from drawing. For all of them, I just need to update last inside because it might be something new. If is inside of z, and this is why I wanted the sample test, because now, yeah, it still works. If it worked without it, but I think now the code is correct. I'm just trying if it works for various block sizes. Now either we submit or I run this locally for some max test to see the running time. But let's just hope for the best. It's not that I have now some penalty for wrong submission. Hydrate, good point. We can see output of terminal property. Why? What is wrong? Wrong answer. This is a big test. That's not good. And I got corrected answer for some smaller tests. How it's going? It's fine. I think I'm almost done with H. I got wrong answer now, but I'm hopeful. Markov chains in competitive programming? Yes, I did. Testing system is made for testing. I'm thinking about the purpose of that saying. Testing system is made for testing. I mean, you mean that you submit just to test your program? Yeah, we should use and abuse it, I guess. Block size, maybe. So now what I want to do is take this code, copy paste it here with a different constant, like a 1, create a generator of tests, and will be from 2 to something, say up to 4, Q, for now let's say 1 and 2, print them. Let's print the parents. This works? No. And what then? Print the queries. For type 1 we decrease some interval between L and R. L is in this range, R and we decrease it by some value X. Else we have a query just between two vertices between 1 and 10. And type we need to print as well. Okay, this should generate random test cases. The argument I'm providing in the command line is just seed for random generator. I don't like the fact that the length is the same. Oh no, this is special line, and then after 2 there are 2 numbers, after 1 3 numbers. Okay, this is good. Let's see if it makes any sense. Yeah, test 1, same output. Test 2, same output. H against H2. I didn't participate today in Codeforces. Works so far. What about trying to mess this up by changing block size to 2? Segmentation fault, that's not expected. Right. I think it's about the order of this. I first compare get block and then this. No, that shouldn't be the issue. Right, GDB. In line 50 there is an issue. What? Really? No, not at line 50. I didn't type. Okay, typo. It should be BT, not BR. $109. So what? Sometimes the block doesn't exist? We had a variable like count blocks. Maybe not this count blocks. Oh, it's not this. Attempt to increment a singular operation. Oh, it's because of erasing, isn't it? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. All right, now it works. So I wasn't sure if something is valid. It wasn't valid. There is a small chance that that's the issue. Okay, we have a counter test. Right. So what do we have here? Initially the tree is like this, 1, 2, and 3. Then we have an update from 2 to 4. So everything here. Oh, it's like this. Decrease everything by 1. So I believe then it's that. That's a new tree. And then we have a query. What's the LCA of 2, 4? LCF of 2, 4 should be 2. This program is correct. This one isn't. Fine. Multivariable calculus in CP. I'm not sure. I believe it might be useful, especially in ICPC. In ICPC, there from time to time there is a very, very hard math problem. So some multivariable calculus can appear as well. Basically, you deal with integrals from time to time, and then they can be difficult to solve. Like sometimes Wolfram alpha is very, very useful, but also sometimes you cannot access it. So then you need to be good at math. Then time for some debugging. Let's just leave this on the right side. We have this, and this happened after an update. Well, the easiest thing I can do is say how we update stuff. Or also, for a query, let's first print parent, or nope, for every A. Print A, then print whether it's inside, whether, what's the parent, and what's just inside. Is inside. 0 looks at 0 indeed. 2 looks at 1, so it's inside. I would say that this should be inside. Why do I do it only from 1? What about from 0? That maybe was a mistake, or maybe not. 2 and 1, they point to something in the same block. 3 and 4, no, they don't. Block size is right now 2. Then parent, this is parent 0, 0. This parent is not good, but maybe we should use an offset. Let's use real parent as well. So let's use this, blah, 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 blah. Okay, get parent of A. Get parent for everybody is 0, while for this guy it shouldn't be 0. It should be 2. So why is that? For looked at 3, then it looks at 2. So we look outside. It seems that the issue is when something looked inside, but then it stops. Handle single inside. Parent is max of 0 and this. If we are still in the same block, then that. If x is equal to 3, because that's what I'm investigating, then print it. If x is 3, print type 1, print type 2. I just want to see which case happens. Case 2. Parent became 1, which is this guy, a 2, because I have numbering from 0 to 3 instead of this. And then case 2. So now we go outside. That's correct. Last inside is x. Parent of x plus equal offset. Is this correct? Maybe it should say offset plus diff or something like that. Because later we will subtract. We will say offset plus equals something here, and we want to cancel this as well. So I should here assume that this offset is already like that. Now it's correct for this test. Maybe I should iterate from high to low. No, I think it should be from low to high, because guys on the left, they will know its parent. Oh, infinite loop. Yes, infinite loop. This is why you need to print ID of test, so that you would see that something is frozen. Right, what's the test? Is it maybe here? Order of changing stuff might be the problem if you change parent of 3 to 1 first. I think it's good that I first update parents on the left, and only then for somebody I see, okay, you were the parent, but now I update the parent and I see what is already there right now. Yeah, I think it's good. Are we able to write something in Polish on the chat? Not really. Use English. For any kind of international meeting, it's better to use a language, you know, that everybody speaks. Print X and Y. Thank you for existing. You are welcome. 3, 2. Right. I guess that this is the case. Get parent of X. All right, so get inside of free is free, and then get parent is apparently also free. And that's a big issue. Free has parent equal to free. So let's see this test. We have this standard tree, then the last parent we update by free, so we basically make it equal to 0. And then it's suspicious that we are doing this. Maybe I messed up the thing I corrected moments ago. Let's see. If actually I should remove this right now, but whatever. Last inside is x. Parent of x plus equal. Offset. Oh, this is bad. It's bad that I'm doing this, maximizing with 0 and then doing something like that. Maybe I should never maximize with 0. Will that help? Yeah, maybe here I should never maximize with 0, and only when get parent I should maximize with 0 there, but keep all values like even negative. Because let's say parent is 2, and we shift by 5. So parent here should become -3, but it becomes 0 instead of that. Then I say to that I add offset, let's say offset is 0 right now, plus div. So then parent is 5. No, this is fine. At least this is still x equal to 3. I should, after this, maybe return. What do you want? Oh, yeah. That was supposed to be a comment, not really a piece of code. For x, parent is 0, div is 3. After this change, yeah, that's about right. Then we will do this, parent plus equal the div. So parent is 3. But then offset is increased. Not if. Single of 3 and also offset of get block of 3. Is single is wrong? No, is inside. Come on, this is supposed to be an easy problem. I mean, at least I said that it's easy. Is inside is false, that's right. Offset is... okay, this is wrong. Why offset is 0? Why I'm not increasing offset right here? I never see this being printed. Oh, I see. Handle single inside is sometimes run before this and sometimes not. So what about we move this here? I believe this should be alright, and so let's remove this fix. Just handle handle single inside, I thought it's always run here, while it's also run here where I don't change the offset. Let's see if the situation is improved now. It printed something. Segmentation fault. That's bad. But this is also some much smaller test. Maybe because I'm printing with debug, I'm using value 3 while it doesn't exist. Yes, that was the case. Previously we passed around 2800 tests. Now if it passes 3000, I'm submitting. Yes, it's zero-based indexing. Petr solved and it got hacked. I wonder if it was time limit or correctness. Right, let's change block size to 300 and submit. If it's time limit exceeded, then I will just get rid of a set. Meet in person George Hotz. No, I didn't meet him in person. I guess it's possible for us to talk. But really, I'm not that much into his stuff. And I don't think he's that much into competitive programming. Alright, time limit exceeded. Then I'm assuming, well, I can still look up this test to just see. Maybe it's small, and maybe I have time limit. Maybe I have an infinite loop, but most likely I should just get rid of a set. Yeah. Right. Set. So here I don't think it hurts me to iterate over a set, but for inside I will have this. Initially everybody is inside, no, by default outside. Is inside of A is true. Return is inside of X. Can I do this with the same name? I guess not. Right, then this is array is inside, which is a very bad name, but let's go with that. Array is inside is true. And I think that's it. Now we use set only in iterating over it. A single element. Oh, I don't want this. I want to say is inside A. Iterating over set is linear. It's not times logarithm. Oh, maybe time limit exceeded was caused by this iteration over n elements. Compiler maybe removed that. Like it's anyway. This line is not run, but I left this empty line. Maybe. We'll check that. If I get accepted, I will try to uncomment this again, and we'll see. Offset should be long. Oh, I think you're right. It should be. So we get from 6th to now 5th test. Let's do it like that. And now this. What about the same with block size equal to 2? Oh, I didn't want to do this. Assertion is inside failed. because I'm not updating that, right? Yeah, when I erase, are you a hacker? Don't comment this. What that comment, what, that part? Or the fact that I'm a hacker? Most important thing with programming in general is to enjoy the struggle of understanding the concept. If you want to enjoy it, then yes, of course. It's more of a general advice that you should do something that you like. Permission denied just because I recompiled. Fingers crossed. Easy. Easy peasy, runtime on 29. Well, let's see if it's assert or maybe something else. Exit code is free. Also, that's a very specific one. Oh, maybe it's long. Somebody already told me. Easy, oops. Offset. Either this or just when I modify the offset, here, let's minimize it with something. Let's say twice n, I don't know. Or maybe it's a bad idea because I use parent with that. Okay, I think I need to use longs in more than one place. But let's start with making this long. Then here we want that, but then parent becomes long as well. What else? Easy peasy. Let's submit for the 5th time. Wanna collab on Project Euler at some point? And I'm a math student and I can read C++. Oh, accepted. In like almost 1500 milliseconds. You know, I was also a math student. So I don't know if you can provide any value there. And I know plenty of people who are very good at math. So if I ever do Project Euler, then I have some friends who can help me. But this is quite slow. So first, what about a bit different block size? Let's try 180. It's like almost twice smaller. And let's try 500, almost twice bigger. This was faster. What's the time limit? 1.5, that's tight. With 180 I improved it a little bit. What about even less? 130. If this is worse than the previous submit, then it means that something like, whoa, so I don't use set and still this is better? Why? No, I don't use a set. Right, so it's optimal for around 100, say 110. Yeah, we can try 128 if you want a power of 2, but I don't think it's very important. Division by a constant anyway is quite fast. So you see, it's not better than surrounding values. 69 for the memes would be, I can do twice 69, but what's the point? Okay, something I want to check is, well, let's try exactly 100 and let's uncomment this for loop over a, because I want to understand if this made a difference. That. So if compiler got rid of this part. 1100 milliseconds. I tried larger values. I tried to go above 300 and it got worse. This is submit with 500. It doesn't work. So compiler is good enough to get rid of this for loop over nothing. This is just run locally. When I submit, it's not there. Like, there are no operations here. Nothing is really printed. So this was not a mistake, fortunately. And then I wonder what's slower. Is it answering queries or making updates? Now is inside, should be very fast. Yes, it is just getting something from an array. This should be fast. But maybe now dividing by block size is the bottleneck. This happens at most once for every element, so in total it's n log n. First in block. This is quite slow as well, but whatever. Strange. Very strange. (69) is the sum of the factors of every digit? What? Means some different number, right? Oh, sum of the factors, not factorials. That's an interesting fact. Do I need to create some tests locally to make it slow? I want to finish the stream because we're over 2 hours, but also I'm surprised by this high time. So by the way, this was problem H from global round. So now I upsolved this. I also upsolved F because I just couldn't come up with solution during the contest. I think G is quite standard, so I won't bother with that. But H was quite simple, I don't know. And I think I have n times square root of n without logarithm. I have a generator, so let's use it. Is gen.cpp. Type is random, x decreased by random, sure, whatever. Let's try test with n equal to 1000, q equal to 1000. A random test. Almost always LCA is 1. Is that expected? I guess so. Right, so what about max test? And now let's try to make this less random. The parent, I want the parent to be quite big. if I is at least, let's go with maximum of 1 and I minus 5. Right now always edges will go to the left by at most 5. It's a little bit slower. Let's go with 50. I got 200 seconds, still not the best. If I do this, then more items should stop being inside. Oh, it got faster. I'll change this to 1. $120. $250 milliseconds. My computer is faster than Codeforces servers, so maybe this is a good test. TMP copy. Maybe that's an issue, but it's linear. But indeed, maybe it's slow. Let's investigate it this way, where I copy it here. Let's repeat it five more times, assuming that compiler doesn't get rid of this. This way I made this part 6 times slower, and it affected the running time, so this is an important part. It takes what here, 5 extra times, they take 400 milliseconds, around that, and then we also iterate over it, so yes, it makes some sense. Now can I make it faster? There's items to erase, there will be only some few of them, so maybe I shouldn't copy. Let's hack this a little bit. If this set is big, block size divided by 3, then I will just iterate over all those elements. How can I do it? I can go with what? Block size times block. Block size times block plus 1. This is the whole block, and only I want to avoid iterating over set, and only if you are inside, yes, inside X, then handle single inside. And else we do this with iterating over copied set. $180 down from 260. It got faster here. Let's submit. And if also the time here is decreased, then it means that copying set was actually important. It improved by like 10%. I hoped for something better. Let's try now a bit bigger block size. I still think this is n to 1.5 without a logarithm. Okay, so now, indeed, thanks to improving that part, I can go with a bit bigger block size. Right, then iterating set, even though it's linear, and copying that set, it's quite slow. I mentioned earlier that instead of set I can use double linked list, because there you can remove element in the middle. Alright, this didn't improve a lot, so this around this is the optimum. Let's try 300 because I would during a contest submit with this constant. But now it's around as expected. Right, so 250 and 300 gave me the same thing. Let's go with 256. I think it's not very important that it's a power of 2. But here we go. And there are some small optimizations here and there. I don't know if this is a random event, but now I got much worse. Maybe it's because of how the tests are generated, where there is some special pattern modulo 256. Strange. It's 254. Shouldn't you iterate over small blocks? What do you mean? Yeah, so this is quite randomish. Maybe depends a lot on tests. My kid is yelling in the background. I don't have a kid, so I doubt that. I use testlib to test locally. There's some old comment. Yes. Maybe there is some directory. Or first of all, if you have in this directory where you're working with, if you have testlib.h, then you can include it. And indeed, in my generator, I use it. I use include testlib.h. In Linux, there is some directory for shared stuff, such that you can access this file from anywhere. So now it thinks that this file is here. I don't remember the name of that directory. You can Google something like Ubuntu, how to put header file in shared directory, maybe something like that. Witnessed my brain go 100 miles per hour? Why? What did I do? Yeah, I can try all the constants around 250, but I don't think that's very important now. You iterated over the block if the size was greater than some value? Yeah, the point was that if it's very big, then I'm not hurt by iterating through all elements in the block anyway. If the set is big, like among block size of size 100, 70 elements are in the set, then instead of caring about the set, I can just go one by one and for every element check with an array, Boolean array, if it's inside. Yeah, testlib is very convenient locally to create generators. Also, for Polygon, when you create problems or generators for Polygon, you should first use it locally and see what's being generated for small n. Otherwise, you're assuming that you didn't make any mistake in your generator and you're generating strong tests like you intended. That's a very bold assumption. Complexity is like parabola for block size. I think complexity is this. N, something like n plus q times block size plus n divided by block size. And this is in brackets. I think that's the complexity. So it's optimal to choose block size around square root of n. Maybe here it should be just q times this, but I think it's that. Block size because for some queries about intervals, for the first and last interval, or first and last block that is touched, I go one by one through all elements. And this because I go through all the blocks in between. Validators are there to check if generator produces something valid, not if it produces something strong. If you are creating a tree and maybe you want to create, let's say, a star, so at such a tree that there is one vertex connected to everything else directly, and you want to include this test for sure if the input is a tree. You also want to create a chain, a broom, so few edges and then a star, and binary tree, various other tests. If you just type some generator, submit it to Polygon, check if validator accepts it, you just check if it's a tree. You don't check if it's what you wanted. I always, when I'm done with some generator, I run it locally for small n, I see the output of that generator, and then I see if this is indeed what I wanted. It's crazy to assume that you don't make mistakes in generator to the point that you think, oh, it does exactly what I want because it produces something accepted by the validator. My name has Arabic or Persian roots. I don't know. I heard it's something from Rome. I heard it's something from Arabic. I don't know. If you know, you can tell me. All right, so H is done. I think we understood what's going on with time. Copying and iterating through the set was quite slow. It was a little bit better to avoid that. And last thing to do is just to take a look at editorial complexities and square root of n. Square root of n blocks. Ancestor of x such that this is in the same block as x. Maybe I did this differently because I'm not sure if we need, for those blocks that are fully updated by some minus diff, I don't know if for them I need those that still go inside. I did that. Maybe they did it easier. So all of that was just reading the input. Copy-pasted functions. Query. So query should be the same, whatever, but update. You update full blocks and that block. Yeah, I didn't go for block. Maybe that was a mistake, but I just assumed that it will be easier for every element to know something. How complicated is my solution? How long? 200 lines. Right, so not an easy one, but it was very easy to come up with a solution. Right, so the stream is over. I'm just checking if somebody else is streaming. If yes, I would now host them on Twitch. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. This Thursday, as always, I will do something related to coding interviews. And on weekend, some easier Codeforces problems. And I don't promise when I will do next videos for YouTube. When I will have time and a will to do so, I will do it. Just remember that I do it basically for free, so it's that I have other priorities than I do other stuff now, including just chilling out and watching a movie. That's sometimes I do that. The fact that I'm not producing YouTube videos doesn't mean that I don't have time at all. So like right now, by the way, I very much like the board game called Carcassonne. It's very nice, and I think I'm going to play some now, like online or just on my computer. Yep, see you. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for watching. Bye. The type name of the game, Carcassonne. This. Maybe I should play it one day during a stream. It's this thing. There was a city, so it found some place in the map. This thing. I played it recently, like with my friends physically, but also now I have it on Steam. I know that game. I'm not surprised. It's a big game. Different name in English. Are you sure? What's the name in English? A few years from now, some month, I am going to learn how to play Go, and I will try to become as good as possible within a month. I think it will be an interesting experiment. What about chess? chess, I will never try to go pro in chess. It's too hard. I can play some chess for like one evening or two, but I don't want to do it for a month. The more you play some game and the more you know it, the more boring it becomes. What about Tetris? Yeah, I don't think I'm very agile. So it's not that my fingers can compete with the best in the world in Tetris. I prefer games about thinking. It's not that hard and boring. What, chess? I mean, the longer you play chess, the more boring I think it becomes. Poker is fun. Yeah. But again, playing poker professionally would be very, very boring. Like 8 hours a day, nah, for sure no. Sometimes with friends, sure. Competitive programming, I guess, is some kind of game. All right, anyway, I was going to go. See you all on Thursday. I never play Valorant.